All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Private John here. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, let's talk about this, man. Brittany Renner and PJ Washington. All right, so this was a big deal over these last 2 weeks because PJ is a Washington is a NBA player. I believe he plays for the Charlotte Hornets, where Melo plays at, and also not only Melo but Jim Melo, the older brother of the Ball family, is actually playing in the summer league, and he did well in the first game. He had 16 points. So all three brothers right now are in the NBA. LeVar Ball, congratulations, right? Now, of course, what they do and how they live and things like that. That's a different story. But just to get his three boys into the NBA. Now of course Jamelo has to make the team after summer league, but right now he's doing really well. He can definitely shoot the ball, and he can shoot off of motion. He can shoot off the dribble, and he can also shoot on curls, and he can also spot up shoot as well. So I peeped some of the highlights there, and yeah, he can really shoot the ball. All right, defense, that's a different story. He can't play a lick of defense, but he can shoot the ball. You need a shooter off the bench. That's a good. All right, so PJ went to Kentucky, I believe, and I think he did 2 years in Kentucky. Now Kentucky folks usually go after 1 year, one and done rule in Kentucky, but he had to refine his game a little bit more, and then he went in the next year after. So he stayed 2 years in Kentucky, and now he's playing for the Charlotte Hornets. I don't even know what his contract is in Charlotte. So let me look at that up now. PJ Washington. Let's see what his contract is for the Charlotte Hornets. He was drafted in 2019. He was a first round pick, pick number 12. So the top is it the top 15 picks or lottery, or is it the top 13? I think it's the top 15 picks or lottery picks, or basically the top 15 are guaranteed contracts, lottery picks. I believe. Uh, okay. So, but what did he make? That's the what we want to see here. Let's see, PJ. Okay, salary is $4 million. Okay, that's not a lot. That's not a lot for an NBA player. Um, 3.8 million. Okay. So 2019 to 2020, he made 3.8 million, and then 2020 to 2021, he made 4 million. So he got a almost about $400,000 bone upgrade. So this year he'll probably get another 400,000. This year he'll probably make close to maybe 4.845 million dollars. It goes up every year most likely. And I think when you sign as a rookie in the lottery, you usually sign for 4 years. Sometimes you'll sign, then you have a player option in the fifth year, and then you go from there. So. I think he should be able to re-sign somewhere. He's okay. He's not a superstar. He's not an all-star player, but he's a good role player. And so he should be able to get some type of when his contract is up and or an extension. If they talk about an extension or his contract, he should be able to get somewhere between 4 years, 60 million, 4 years, $65 million. Somewhere at that for a role player. Which is really good money, right? So another 4 years, 60 million, another 4 years, 55, $60 million should because he's young, right? So that should be where he's going. He should be at around that $55 million is that 3 4 years, 55 million is where I would put him for an extension or a new contract. So now, okay, so Brittany Renner, I'm not sure how much she's asking for per month though. Let's find out what's going on with that. Uh, okay, let's see. Now there was an oh actually okay that's Kelly Oubre. That's a different guy. Um, mm, how much is Brittany? Let's put in how much does Brittany Griner? I mean Brittany. What's her name? Brittany Renner. Let's see how much Brittany Renner wants. Let's see Brittany Renner's child support. Brittany, not Brittany Griner. They put in Brittany Griner. Shout out to Brittany Griner in the USA for winning the championship. By the way, 200,000. So PJ Tucker, PJ Washington, paying Brittany Renner 200,000 per child per month in child support for one kid. One kid. He only makes $4 million a year. I mean, yeah, $4 million a year, $200,000. Wow, that's absurd for $4 million a year for one kid. If it was two kids, that's still a lot of money, but it'd be more justifiable for three kids would be much more justifiable. But one child, $200,000. That's not even his wife. Ouch, right? That doesn't make any sense. What judge would do that? Like any like common sense person would say 50,000 dollars is max I'm going to give you, right? 50,000 is max. You can a baby, one child, and you can live comfortably with 50,000 a month off child support. Now, your child support is not for you to live comfortably, by the way, Brittany. It's supposed to be for the child and for the child's daycare and medical bills and the child, not for you to buy fancy clothes. Because I guarantee you, Brittany Renner is buying fancy Louis Vuitton clothes and cars and jewelry with this money. She because the child $200,000 a month. The child doesn't need $200,000 a month. You know, education can $50,000 a month could pay for his education, for his college funds, all that easily, easy, right? So, but Brittany Renner had a video couple years ago that said that get yourself a ball player or a sports athlete because they're dumb and they're stupid and you can easily make a baby with them and they fall for anything and you'll be able to get paid off of it. So Brittany's telling PJ that you knew what was up. You knew who I was basically before we had this baby together, before we got in a relationship, a fake relationship, because she basically faked this relationship, and that's what PJ is saying. PJ is saying that he got played. She faked the relationship. She pretended to love him or be with him and wanted to start a family and things like that. She got her baby and then she took off. She dumped them quickly and she got the baby and then she made sure the baby was healthy and then she ran it and then she dumped him and then she ran the child support. In my opinion, that's fraud. Just like you do insurance fraud and health insurance fraud or any type of insurance fraud or any type of thing like that. That's called fraud, right? Because her intentions the whole time was to have a baby with this guy and then dump him and then go to child support. That's called fraud. That should be called. They should name it motherly fraud. Okay, because she never wanted to be with the guy. She wanted to make a baby and then have the courts force him to leverage his money to her, right? So every check he gets, the NBA is going to automatically send that money to her without him having any say. That's called fraud. Okay. Now, of course, the courts are going to tell PJ, well, you should have done better. You should have used protection if that wasn't your wife. You should have used protection and blah, blah. But it's still fraud, right? Because that's the same thing that could be said about car insurance fraud or bumper to bumper fraud that people used to do when they just hit your car on purpose. They were like, well, you could have driven a little slower, right? I was driving 20 miles an hour, right? And they still bumped into me and hit me on purpose. So yeah, yes, we could do things to protect ourselves, but if this woman was out, somebody was going to she was going to have a baby with one of these guys, and unfortunately, it was PJ Washington. Where was his family members at? That's the thing I'm confused about. Where was his family members at? Lord have mercy. Where was his mother? I don't know if they're alive or not, but where was his mother? Where was his sisters? Where was his aunties? Right, his cousins, his NBA friends. Like, didn't they not see the videos of her? She was an IG model, thotting it out there. You know what I mean? Half naked. There was no warning signs from the NBA, his coaches, like when he revealed that he was with this woman, everybody should have told him, "Don't have a baby with her. Protect yourself, because she's gonna play you." Did you see the video? Like, no one warned this man about this. There's no way I can. There's no. He probably did get warned about it, but he did what he wanted to do, and now he's paying the consequences for that. And he better hope he doesn't get injured in these next 2 years when his contract time is up, right? So, because this year's year three, and usually rookie contracts are 4 years, right? And then I think the fifth year is player option or something like that, or a contract year. So, yeah, he's right in that range. This is year three, coming up for an extension, either an extension or in contract talks for a new contract. So if I'm him, the one thing you better not do is get injured, because if you get injured, and the courts don't, usually when you if you get injured and you have to leave the NBA because of an injury, and then you have to go work a normal job somewhere, the courts are supposed to change your child support payments to fit your new income. Some courts don't do that. Some courts say, this is the child support payment you're going to use, so you're paying, and you're going to stay paying this. Find a way. That's what some courts do with us people, us bronze people, right? Unfortunately, and you're going to need a lawyer to change that, right? Because that's illegal, but that's what they do to us. Many of us has been there, and some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Where your job, you might have to take a pay cut for some reason, or because of the virus happened, you might have to take a pay cut. They laid everybody off, and they said take a pay cut to stay with the company, and then you go and try to adjust it for child support, and they say no, go get another job to make up the income. That's what they say to us, but to Bobby, you know what I mean? To a guy that looks like them, okay, not to offend anybody, but to a guy that looks like them, they say, okay, we'll adjust it for you, Bobby. But to Tyrone, go get another job to make up the difference. you know, that's what they do to us. Okay, so we have to, we just have to learn our lessons. This is another lesson that we must learn, right? um Vet the people that you're gonna have relations with. Vet the people that you want to marry. um Talk to your family members and friends about it to get their opinions on it. Have them watch the person. I mean, if they were watching Brittany Renner, they would have said red flags everywhere. They would have told them, right? Just watch her. Hey, just watch her for a couple weeks and let me know what you think. And they would have said red flags, red flag, red flags, red flags would have went up everywhere. The people she hangs around, like porn dudes were hanging around, the porn star lady, Miss um I forgot her name, the Trump lady. Not has nothing to do with Donald Trump or his family, but her name is Trump something, and she's some type of porn star or something like that. That's one of her friends. That's a red flag right there. Um, just the way she moves on IG and social media, and the way she moves in life. They could have easily vetted this woman, his sisters or cousins, and what they could have easily vetted this woman, and they could have told him while he was playing ball, right? Because he's busy playing basketball. Busy basketball, NBA is a stressful job already, right? Because you're in front of millions of people and all that stuff, and you got to stay in peak condition, right? So while he's doing that, making millions of dollars, his family members should have been securing the bag. His family members should have been what? Securing the bag, because he can't vet her because he's playing ball, right? Until the off season. It's a hectic schedule for them, right? They play what 3 4 games a week, and they're traveling all week. You know what I mean? All for literally from October till June or something like that. You know what I mean? Like April, they're traveling all the time. So he can't vet her like his family can, and his family should have vet her because his family, uh, he's the one that's the millionaire. He's the millionaire, right? Not them. So to secure the wealth of the family, they should have vetted this woman, right? While he was on the road playing ball. Unfortunately, no one did, and so now they're having a baby. Well, they had a baby now, and he's coughing up $200,000 a month to this woman. All right, well, and she left him like that once the baby happened, right? And he said, I can't stand liars." He went off on Twitter saying, "I can't stand liars. You told me we would be all this stuff, and then you just leave and blah 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 blah, and you get your money. Now you have the baby with money. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what she is. That's a modern woman. That's the modern woman, right? Kevin Samuels talks about the modern woman doesn't respect men, play wants to play men, wants to substitute a child for a man, right? And then wants to just die alone with a dog or a cat, right? So hey, because the fact that Brittany Renner did this, what normal human being of a guy, a man, is going to date her after they know exactly who she is? No one, right? No one with a normal brain is going to want to date her. Doesn't matter how pretty she is. Not they know if they know the game, right? They know who she is. They'll sleep with her, but they're not gonna want to. They're not gonna want any relationship with her, right? And when they sleep with her, they're gonna use protection, double protection, because they know that who she is and what she's trying to run and the game she's trying to run. I would be shocked within the next 2 years if another man makes this mistake with Brittany Renner, and she says, "I got 2 babies now, and that's another $200,000 for you, sir." All right, where the internet will go crazy and say, "How stupid could another man be?" Right? So don't be that man. I need to tell myself that as well. Don't be that man because could you imagine Currency 365, a multi-millionaire Currency 365 from cryptocurrencies, right? Has a baby with Brittany Renner. And my face is like, I got my face down and planted like, man, she tricked me, man. Oh, man, don't let that be you. Don't let it be me. All right. So, anyways, sorry that had to happen to you, PJ. Washington. Life is hard when you make bad mistakes like that, and your family members don't vet the people around you. While you're playing basketball, but we all have to learn tough lessons. Hopefully, he stays healthy and plays ball and gets a big contract, and then he'll be able to maybe buy her out. So this is what I would do before I let you guys go. I would my next contract. Let's say the contract is 4 years, 58 million. Right? I would just buy her out. That's it. You know what I mean? I would say here you can have $200,000 for the next 18 years for the kid, or you can take 15 million right now. I would just put something on the table like that to get her out the way, right? And buy her out. Buy her out, because most likely she's not gonna want to take $200,000 for the next 18 years. She's gonna want that 15 million up front, which is a big pay cut for him, right? If you do the math. Um, yeah, I think he needs to buy her out. So in the next contract, I would buy her out. That's what I would do. I would offer her $15 million and just buy her out because it's cheaper than 18 years at $200,000 a month. Right. So, anyways, that's what I would do, and that saves PJ money, and he can just write a check and get her out of the way, and he will still have a lot of income left to go. Right. So if he buys her out at 15 million and he signs a $58 million contract, he still has a lot of money left. Even with after taxes, he would still have at least $25 million in real income, right? That would be his after taxes and lawyers and things like that. He still would have at least $25 million. So, which is still good money. And then he can even sign another deal if he's still in the NBA, right? Because now in the NBA, you can play 20 years. Right? Before you couldn't. Now, because they work out all year long and they keep their body shape, you can play 20 years in the NBA, especially as a role player as well as a good backup role player. You can play 20 years in the NBA. Okay, so yeah, so he should be able to, if he continues to play well, just continue to sign new deals, but get her out the way, buy her out on the next deal, and learn from his mistake. And we all need to learn from his mistake as well. And ladies, do not be a Brittany Renner. That's not the legacy you want to leave for your children and your family and yourself. Oh my God, it's just negativity when it comes to this woman now. Everybody's gonna see her and say, what disgusting, right? So that's not the legacy you want to leave. You don't want to sell your soul basically for money like she did. And there might be another sucker coming in with next 2 years, and I hope it's not me or you with this woman. Peace out. God bless. Eyes open. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll continue to go because we're off of restrictions here, so we're ready to go. And shout out to everybody who joined the 365 Crew VIP. Links in the description for that. Shout out to everybody who's on my Patreon. Yo, go watch the video on Patreon. If you didn't watch the video on Patreon today, go watch that video about the who will protect the Iraqis if we get a corrupt RV. Go watch that video. I dropped some gems in that video with some elite intel. Unbelievable. All right. And so, anyways, peace out. God bless. Eyes open.